What's going on, everybody? My name is Brooke Berry. Welcome to my one-time talk show where I actually have a one-time guest, my dad, Joe Berry, for everybody that don't know. How you doing, Joe?
I'm doing great.
Are you nervous?
I am a little bit.
Why? Talk to me about it.
Not used to being on camera doing this sort of thing.
Okay, so you guys don't know this. I don't talk about my family much on social media, but I have an incredible family, a very loving family, and my dad actually has a very interesting story. Like, we're about to get into it. You guys are going to learn a lot about my dad, me, but every time he talks about his life and the stories of his life, I'm just like, wait, when did this happen? This happened before or after? Or you like this feels like it's missing 3 or 4 details. So I was like, you know what? I gotta get this story in one chronological timeline in terms of what happened, the things that you've lived. 'Cause you've experienced like a lot. How would you describe like the life that you've lived in like a sentence? Like if you have to sum up in a sentence.
Colorful.
Yeah,
Pretty colorful.
I think it's fair to say. Well, we're gonna get into it. I have a ton of questions, Dad. Take a deep breath. Okay, we're gonna get into it. I'm just gonna ask you questions, and I just want you to be honest. It's just you and me having a conversation. Forget the cameras. Social media is not watching. Okay. Where were you born at?
I was born in Los Angeles.
What do you remember about your birth?
Well, I was born in a car. I was born in the back seat of a car. Uh, I was premature baby. I was born right here on Figueroa in Venice.
What was on your birth certificate when you first, like,
Didn't have a name on my birth certificate.
you didn't have a name?
No, I actually named myself.
Really?
Yeah.
So you were born and you didn't have, wait, say more.
Okay. On my birth certificate is Berry.
Yeah.
That was it. I had the opportunity to name myself. Uh, I was put in foster care. Let's just clear that. I was put in foster care I was a little bitty baby. Uh, my mother passed away shortly after I was born. So I was put in foster care. Um, I had a social worker. You're in foster care, you have a social worker. So at some point, my social worker, I was probably 5 or 10, had the opportunity to give myself a name, which at that at that age, I'm young, I'm like thinking of names. I named myself Joseph. Yeah, Joseph Wade.
What did you go by before you identified as Joseph? What call you?
My foster parents call me Baby Boy Barry.
Beep,
Just Baby Boy. That's what they call me. Yeah, Baby Boy.
baby boy bear. Up until 5 or 10, and then you name yourself Joseph. Name myself Joseph. Why the name Joseph? Wayne.
I really looking back because I was young, so I called them different names that sounded good to me. I actually thought of naming myself Derek, different names, but I came up with Justin. I think it's probably just I don't know.
Yeah.
It's biblical though.
It's the Bible?
Must have been something God just put it to name us up.
Yeah, I learned that. Yeah. What do you remember about being in the foster care system?
Well, I have a I was adopted by a great family. It's good. Great family. Took care of me. My mother spoiled me. I was a little bitty baby. Okay. Yeah, I was like this big. And
Wait, so you got adopted. This is why we're doing this, guys. His seed tells the law. His dad tells the story. I'm like, this doesn't make sense. Wait a second. So you're born in the back of a car. Your birth mother passed away shortly after. Your baby boy Barry for a bit, and you are adopted immediately after you.
I was September adopted.
But I'm sorry, you're in the foster care system at wait. You go to your first foster family though. What age?
I was probably like 2 months old.
So they called you baby boy right before you called yourself Joseph. They didn't name you something. That's interesting that the fosters just like the foster family would name you themselves because they guess they didn't adopt you.
Well, they didn't know what to call me. Yeah, like baby boy, Barry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So then, yeah, tell me more about the foster care system. You had a good. They welcomed you your first family.
My family, my mother in particular, spoiled me. Yeah. I was her love of her life. Spoiled me, did everything for me, which was great. That brought me up, in a good way. Uh, Foster father, he had his challenges. We weren't as close as I was to my mother. No. You know, the funny thing about that is that I never, uh, ever saw a picture of my real mother. She's not a little emotional when I talk about this, but I never saw a picture of her, and I never knew my real father.
I would never push you to cry. But like you, I never so I've never seen you cry ever in my life. Really, bro. You didn't cry at my wedding. You didn't cry at graduation. You don't. You didn't cry. You didn't cry when people in your life that passed.
My sister just reached 4 years ago. My sister passed. I tried to. I feel like I should be crying,
Yeah.
and I felt it, but I just didn't have it in me.
Yeah. Yeah. So what did you know of your birth that you didn't know anything of your birth parents, didn't know what you look like, so you didn't know anything about them?
Nothing.
Yeah. Alright. So what were your foster families like? Were you with the same family the entire time?
Actually, yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. No, I got sent to a couple of different foster homes. Yeah. I remember one foster home I went to. My mother and father, they live right here in Bowen Hills.
Fun fact, my dad has a crazy memory when it comes to geographical locations. He could tell you off the top of his head 5 different addresses he lived in like that. He can get easily he can go to one location once and know exactly how to get back there with no bounce again. It's weird.
So I remember being in uh, foster family. Lived in Beverly Hills. I've been to several different religions too because of, where I was at the most with. They were Catholic. So there was a little church down the street from my house. I lived on Don Felipe Drive in 4436.
I wanna know what, like, your foster family was like. You had a fir it sounded like your foster family, were you with the same foster family the whole time?
No.
Okay, so tell me more about, like,
This foster family consists of mother and father.
Yeah.
She was an alcoholic.
Okay. This is your second foster family?
This is my first. First. Yeah. I don't really remember my second, but the first one, he smoked White House cigars, faithfully. She was an alcoholic, and they were Catholic. So there was a church, uh, Angelus or something like that, right down the street. So we used to go to this church.
How long were you with the first foster family before you went to your second?
It was maybe 2 years or something.
So 2 years, and then you're almost, like, 2 years old. Yep, before you go to the second one. You don't remember this effort.
I don't really recall the second.
Do you remember when you left them?
No,
And so you went to a third?
no. I went back to my first
Oh,
foster family.
okay.
And
Is this Alan, your foster dad?
Alan was this foster family that I told you, they lived on Don Felipe Drive. Yeah. That was his name.
How many foster families have we met?
That I can recall too.
Okay, okay. And then so what was that, well, 2, wait, well, I have a question. When you were little, what did you think your future as an adult would look like?
You know, I never remember thinking about that. I don't even remember thinking about my future. My future just kind of unfolded myself. Yeah, it's happened. It's that. I remember, like when I was in my first foster family. Now, I used to sit on my front porch on Center Boulevard, talking to my best friend, and we used to talk about our dreams and this and that, about what we wanted to do in the future, watching the cars go by and stuff. And uh, you know, that was a memorable moment because I still remember that.
That's pretty good, and all you to remember that, yeah. Well, so we're gonna get is the thing I think you were starting to allude to, and yes, that questions about right. One, before we get into my first question was just, how did you get involved with gangs, if you don't mind me asking?
Okay. Well,
Well, the first, what was that transition into, like, adulthood into 18? Did you just kinda the years kinda left to figure it out? Like, when were you kind of really on your own?
it's about 16. So let me start with the gangs.
That probably is yours, yeah, yeah.
I joined the gang because when I grew up on Century, uh, I was a nerd, so I used to wear these glasses. They used to call me Poindexter because I had these round glasses and they were like thick glasses, black frame. So I used to go to school. They used to tease me, and I used to get beat up. Now, I had a brother. I had one brother and one sister. I had one brother and one sister. They're both passed away. Uh, my brother was gangbang. Uh, but everybody knew it. So they didn't know that I was his brother at first. I used to go to school, I would get teased, and I would get picked on. So when they found out that he is my brother, it's like, oh,
Did you know I used to skip a path?
did you, bro?
I don't think I ever told you, and I actually I don't think I ever told you that. So my mom moved me onto the suburbs for high school.
You never told me that. Yeah.
I think she moved me out for opportunity like that, but yeah, they get picked on for talking white and like being a nerd, liking Pokemon. And it's funny, all things that like I get praised for now was not cool back then. Anyway, yes, okay. So then once people found out he was your brother,
I would hang around my neighborhood friends, got to know them, a small little group of guys, which were a gang in the mainstream Crips, let's call ourselves. So got together with him and, I automatically became one. We all had our names. My name was Mad Rat. That's what they called me. We had Bad Bear, Bad Monkey. No, a different, name. You back there. Yeah, that's the.
what do you think you like younger you was like searching for and needed back then?
Uh, it's funny because I felt love as being in a nice family. So I didn't really feel a need for anything. Now, I had a devastating moment with my brother because my brother, who they called Judge, that was his gang name. Anyway, he was shot and killed. I was 16 years old. That was my most devastating moment of my life. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Um, did you think that you would ever make it out?
I never thought like that. I was just when the opportunity presented itself to me to do better. So my social worker's like, you can go to school, you can do something with your life, you can advance, do something. And so I started applying for colleges.
I will talk about a little bit of homelessness, which got my mom. But right now, let's talk about your favorite place in the whole world, Japan.
Japan.
Talk to me about how you got like when and why did you join the Navy first of all, and then when did you go to Japan? And just tell me about that experience.
Okay. Um, I was gonna tell you about after I left home at 18 because I had written letters and got accepted into about 2 or 3 universities. I chose the University of New Orleans. So I don't know why. I just chose it. So I jumped on a Greyhound bus. Didn't know anybody in New Orleans.
Were you a smart kid? What kind of grades did you get?
I was a C student
I was a C student too. I'm so C. And people think I go to Ivy Leagues and stuff based on how I talk to like you, which
because even when I was in my neighborhood, I never really fit in like
that's
that a kid. Yeah, I'm like they were all, gay man, rough guys. I was always the shy one, the stand back one kind of thing.
yeah, all right. Okay, so tell me about Japan, the Navy.
Okay. So I went, left and went to University of New Orleans. Jumped on the bus, went out there, didn't know anybody, stayed in a hotel for about a week. Then went and lived in the dormitory. Uh, I remember, I started out well. Started out, grades decent. Then I started meeting characters, the wrong characters. So I met this guy who started getting me into partying and stuff like that, going to the social scene. Guy's name was Ice from Boston. Met that guy. Then I started partying, stuff like that. And my grades start dropping.
Mm.
Yeah. let me tell you a story. My grades started dropping. I'm like transferring subjects because one subject I wasn't good at was math.
Dang. Okay, wow. All these traits. Short, I bad, like, okay, yeah, bad math too.
Y- Algebra, to this day, I still can't.
I fell off for very high.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I tried changing, changing subjects, tried changing the, what do you call it?
Like, I to do a quick story.
Okay.
I hit back in science, anything we have to remember then. Good in English. Don't have to every single look, pass it with a net. I walk into chemistry with it, which is my two worst fears, math and science together. So I walk into chemistry, my first day, I went straight to the D. I never know this. I said, I I can't be in this class. I'm gonna fail this class. I know it. You should know it. You're right. So like heaving in here just makes zero sense. I like pleaded, I like negotiated to take me out just because it made sense for nobody. And it was a mandatory class, and I didn't have to take it because I told them and just waste time. What was living in Japan?
I joined the Navy, September 19 Navy.
Okay. And then your first station is Japan?
But I was stationed in Japan.
Right. Your first, so I was your first station. You were there for how long?
I was there for 2 years. I love Japan. Yeah. Oh, man, I want to go back.
Let's change the topic. Let's talk about my mother. Tell me about what, well, tell me what, like, drew you to my mom. You just follow out the whole thing, but like, is it true that you were homeless when you met my mom?
Yes.
So living out of your car keys.
I had a van. I had a green van. And I was homeless because when I got out of the service, I went to live with my sister. And she lived with her boyfriend. Her boyfriend was jealous. You know, me coming to live there. So he gave her all kind of problems. And so I said, you know what? I'm not going to deal with this. I left, but I had the van. I purchased the van. So I said, you know what? I can live in this van. I had a nice bed. I had a TV. I was cool. The thing about it, look, I was working. I was working at night because I was secure. I was working security. So it was perfect situation because I would and then I had a gym membership. So it's perfect situation because I would work at night. And then in the day I go hang out at the beach or sleep in my bed. It was cool. It's really
Right. So tell me about when you met my mom. Tell me about the place you were at, you and my mama, what that journey was like, and how did she eventually find out?
I met your mom at college. Before I went to the university, I was attending a local college, Trade Tech. So I went there to prepare to go to the university. You know, I took a couple of classes. I was just playing around. Yeah. So then I met your mom in college. And after I met her, we dated. You know, we dated for a little bit. And then I, oh, you asked me the question, when did she find out?
Mm,
Okay. I held that from your mom for a while.
I heard.
She told you.
I don't remember how. I mean, yes, it must be hers. I know about.
Well, it was at least a month. It was at least a month, maybe 2 months. You know, she was like, "So where do you live?" I'm like, "I never told her where I live." You know, I just, you know, of course I'm not gonna just tell you. But anyways, I held it from her for maybe a month, 2 months. I think she figured it out on her own that I was, you know, homeless or something. Because I would, or something. She figured out I was hiding something. Put it that way. Yeah.
Okay, then she found out. So
So she found out anyway. So I, after I joined the military, so I went off to college from a trade tech. We lost touch. So it's been years. And what if it's years and years? Um, I met back up with your mom uh, at a club downtown Los Angeles. I was out for a night on the town. This after I got out of the military, and she was at the pub. So we met back up. She approached me. She said, "Joseph?" I'm like, "Huh?" Oh, this is Cynthia. I'm like, "Oh, Cynthia, okay." So yeah, it did. this is really how we met. Oh, this is really what happened. We met back up this way. So then we started dating again. And one thing led to another, and we got married. Yeah, we got married, and they had my beautiful daughter.
I want you to know, and I'll say it to the camera, but you also should hear me. I struggle if people are like, "Oh, come from divorced homes, you're broken home." I like never that was what I never my experience, even though the fact you guys were divorced, I felt so incredibly loved by both of you. I never was like in that situation, I was like, "I wish most dad would get back together. What's going on?" I just for some reason I just understood very early that like to people's life will go on different paths and it was no fault to the other person. I just like understood that very early. I don't know if it's because of how you guys dealt with each other and how you guys were just so ample the process, but like how, like, I guess, like, what how is your guys' relationship, like, post-divorce?
The thing about when we were married, we were young. I was like 20s, she's 20s. She was a career mom at that time. I was more of a stay-home dad. That's why we're so close, because I took care of you a lot of times. And, I'm staying at home doing the stay-at-home dad thing because, I was a real estate agent. So, whole nother story. But anyway, so, um, yeah, I was stay-at-home dad and she was a career woman. So when we got divorced for the simple reason we came to the conclusion that okay, we're going in different paths, or you know, I was supporting her career in terms of taking care of my child. So she was doing that thing, but we grew apart, mentally. So we just grew apart. But the respect from each other, and just like to this day, I still love your mom. Yeah, I still am love you.
See, my dad called me on Mother's Day, which I'm like, "Dad, it's not Father's Day. You called him for it." I was like, "Oh, goodness." And I answer it, and he was trying to get in touch with my mom to just be able to wish her a happy Mother's Day. And like, yeah, that's you guys call each other on birthdays, like holidays. I tried to. Yeah, yeah. And I think it's cool. Okay, I love that. Wait, bear with me. I have a question. Wait. Oh, wait. Okay, so on the topic of you and my mom and me and all that, what do you think you guys did right as parents when it comes to me? Outside of not bad-mouthing each other. I think that was incredibly important.
We never did that.
And I would say as an adult, I think it completely made a difference, me, my confidence, my love from you both. Yeah, I felt like I was like, yeah, I forgot what I was saying.
No, you were saying you felt incredibly loved.
I felt incredibly loved by both of you guys despite like not being the same household as you guys. And I think how you guys dealt with each other play a huge role in that actually, and, like, I knew it then, and I know it even more as an adult.
And I appreciate that because we never had reasons to not like each other.
Yeah,
You know, with the same love that we had, we just grew apart in terms of the direction we were going.
yeah.
So we still have respect for each other.
I say that to my I have a lot of friends now who are parents, and I do say that to them, and not all of them are have good relationships with their, significant other, the parent of their child, and I just like just do your best to not now the other parent in front of the kids, because at the end of the day, regardless of the action you're doing, and they might be a fool doing all kind of stuff, they'll have to atone for their sins with their own child. I've sat with my dad and addressed my issues. I sat with my mom and addressed my issues. Like people atone for our own sins in time, and so it's like the best you can do is just if it really is about your child, really prioritize that in terms of just like let them, I'm not saying like protect all actions and like, some things are inexcusable, but I think just, yeah, proactively, I just think, yeah, I think there's a lot of power in that. I'm not a parent, so I'll take what you're
I
saying.
would agree, though.
All right, Dad. Speaking of your favorite topic, real estate, you like how I have a topic for everything? I like this format, Dad.
He said there's a structured format.
I said this is gonna be structured in a way that can get my dad talking and making comfortable. You like that?
Like,
All right, real estate. How did you go from homelessness to real estate?
um, I got my first apartment. Finally saved up enough money to get my first apartment. Things happen in some things are just God sent. Okay. I don't know. I don't remember who it was that introduced me to real estate, but I was introduced to real estate. This person said, "Hey, take some real estate class, get your real estate license." They were, doing pretty good. So that's what I did. Yeah.
Yeah.
Got some real estate class.
What was the hardest part about, like, rebuilding your life? Like,
Um,
and did you think you could? Because I know you weren't thinking, so you were oriented anyway. So, like,
I went with the flow of my life, not really thinking ahead. I didn't really start thinking ahead, daughter, until I was like, well, I would say at the real estate stage, I was thinking ahead in terms of what am I going to do next? Because when your mom and I got divorced, then I started thinking, like, okay, what are you going to do next? What are you going to do after this? The best thing that's ever happened to me.
wow, we're already off to a great start.
Oh, I don't I know it. I mean, we all know I should. The best thing that's ever happened to me. This one right here.
Did you?
I have a son, but she's the best thing that's. Yeah.
Okay, wait. Growing up, for all your guy friends, did you want a boy or girl?
Um, I would, uh, I would say, boy, yeah, I would have, knowing that she was.
It was different.
No,
One time.
no, knowing that my ex-wife was pregnant, I would have preferred a boy. That's what I thought.
Well, one time you told me a nice story.
Say what I say.
He literally looked me in the eye and he said, all my friends wanted boys. I wanted baby girl, and I prayed for you.
Wait, let's go back. No, let's. You got to capture this. Let's go back. No, you're talking about you as my first child.
First time.
Oh,
Yes, not your son. Not your son. Like you want to wait. Of course, it was a long way to shake this. So, like, your very first kid.
my very first kid, I wanted a girl. Absolutely. I wanted a girl because I wanted to nurture this girl, to take care of. I just wanted to love on a girl, a child. I wanted a daughter.
Yeah.
That was special to me.
That is more in line with the narrative I've heard.
That's my boy saying that was more special to me to have a girl that I could love.
Yeah.
And I think because of the way I grew up, not having my actual family being in the foster care system, I think that was important to me in the year.
I was gonna ask about like what does family mean to you at this stage? Just everything you've been through. I know you have very few. How many blood relatives am I at this point?
None that I know of.
Like me, your son.
It's my two kids.
My dad has 3 blood relatives. Speaking of me, what was it like raising me? Talk about it.
You were a good kid.
I was
You were like you are now.
very good.
Yeah. Very, very just if I told you something to do, you would do it. You gave me no problems.
I look badass.
And I'm proud of you, daughter.
All right, what do you think makes our relationship
Uh because we understand each other and we're so much alike.
we're like people on the internet think we're like twins. Like we're very similar. Mannerisms are similar to yours. All crazy. My even raspy voice that I've developed over these years is like you the one.
Well, the older I get, the more my voice.
That's what's happening to me. It wasn't this raspy in my 20s, and now it's just getting raspier. And totally, I'm say people saying I like putting it on. I'm like my dad had.
At an older age. And
Yeah.
now
Yeah.
that's look, let me tell you something about older age. In older age, I'm realizing that how you see people just like you see people condense. Like some people, they're big in their prime, but then they get smaller as they get older. And some people get their voice change. Some people's mannerisms change. People change as they get
Oh,
older.
I agree. You're doing good on the tangents. I warned you to not go on crazy tangents. How is it then watching me become the person that I am?
I am so proud of your daughter. No, I mean this from the heart. I'm proud of you because you you uh, you don't worry about other people and how they perceive you or want you to be. You are being yourself. Who you are is who you are. And that's who you want to be. And I like because I'm gonna be myself and I love that about you.
I love that you let me be myself. I feel like I don't have to perform and be any type of way
You don't.
just because you're my daughter or any father.
You get out of line on this, don't correct you though.
I've been
Hey, I don't care how old you are.
but we can have an honest dialogue about it. And that's like, yeah, okay, I appreciate that.
I feel like you going down the wrong path or doing wrong. I'm gonna be there to correct.
Well, as we just said, I've been a perfect freaking child. So obviously, what at something I'm in jail, I'm up that. I'll be fine. Okay. Is there anything okay, what is there anything about me that reminds me of you?
Um, you're just so much. Your look, your mannerism, your boldness, cause that's how I was when I was younger. I've kinda reverted. I'm a little introvert. A little in
I'm an introvert too, but close.
I don't believe
It just because you don't hang around me enough. Just because I'm good at talking doesn't mean I like it. Why do you think I, like, combust every time you call me on the phone?
yeah, yeah. Oh,
'Cause why are we doing a phone call, dad? We could talk about this when I see him next.
right. It
To chit chat? I hate that shit. You know
I know you too.
I don't wanna talk.
Right.
That's really the truth. It's to your point,
Huh.
I'm gonna say that I don't. It's not.
You will. I will. Oh, but now I know.
What's something you wish you told me or changed growing up
With you,
with me?
you know, I really can't say there's much of anything because to me, and my
You're saying that you're a perfect parent.
no, no, no. I'm saying most parents would say this because that's a child. But to me, you're a perfect child.
No, no, so this is a question.
No, you saw this is a question thing I would
What
say.
is something that you wish you told me more of? What's something that you would change about how you showed up as a
There isn't because you're fulfilling everything that I would have told you already.
Okay, great. That's great. Okay, we're almost done. 3 more questions, then we'll move on 23andMe.
Okay.
Hold on.
Did you get that part?
No, I think we're still misaligned, and I just accept the job.
No. Your question was, this can be out there. But your question was, is there anything that you would change or that you would wish to change about you?
About how you were to be as a father.
Oh,
Yeah, sorry.
okay, then I would change about me with you as a father. Okay, can we re-put
Yep.
back in?
All right, Dad. So, what would you, if you could change anything about how you showed up like a father to me in my childhood, would you change anything?
Yes.
Okay. What?
I would still be with your mom, and I would have given you a more stable childhood.
Yeah.
That's sort of what it was.
Yeah. I appreciate that. I'm going to edit that one out so that you don't get divorced from your current third wife. We'll cut that out.
Oh, trust me, I'm going to the grave because
Well, no, I made sure to include non-incriminating questions.
oh, okay. When I really think back when I'm talking to God, it's like, okay, uh, if I had it to do all over again, I would have made the things that I'm doing now happen with her.
I understand.
Yeah.
You see, I didn't bring him the second ex-wife.
Oh,
What
Lord.
I didn't get into childhood trauma, guys. This is about my dad's story. This is not about my childhood trauma.
Right.
All right, guys. My last couple questions to go into the 23andMe. How would it feel to potentially learn a little bit more about where you came from? What would mean to you today at 66?
You know, at 66, I really don't have much of a curiosity. I would want to know more about my past and and family for your sake because I want you to that, when I'm gone, that you have a connection there. Yeah.
I hear you. There's no reason for you to necessarily be curious. I think to surprise yourself, but you have no reason to be curious. I understand. You're content regardless. I think if the information was there in front of your face,
Right.
but if the rich uncle's out there, we need to know.
And shoot, I might have $1 million left from some relative. And I don't even know about that. I can take better care of you as a daughter, even though you're 35.
Totally.
I would still take care of you because I'm still your father.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, you did a great job with that, Dad. I would like to take a 23andMe test, which is a DNA test. So I'm gonna have you spit in a tube, and then we're gonna send it off for testing, and we're gonna get information about more about where you come from. Maybe background information about like where a lot of your family live. Maybe there's data.
Oh, we're doing it right now.
Yeah, of course, on camera, Dad. Okay, so we will go ahead and do this. Just send the tube in that. It's like a Dr. Phil episode.
Yes.
You are the father. Okay, you know what I mean? Okay, so he spits in this tube. Yep. I'd open this. No, just spit in it. That comes you what?
No.
I mean, it's a line without an up to this.
That's a lot of spit.
Okay,
I don't know if I have it in me, but
You got fucking try and do. All we have to do is just do it. You just gotta keep spinning. It's fine, and we're all gonna look away. We're not watching you spit, just for. All right, guys. While my gut spits, we just want to thank you guys for tuning into Brooke's one-time talk show with my one-time guest, my dad, baby boy Barry. Please go ahead and let us know what you think. Thanks for joining. Happy Father's Day to all the wonderful, wonderful fathers out there. Great. Cut. Just kidding. You keep spitting that. Oh, no. No, keep spitting. Doing that, and then you keep doing that for a year. It really you have to keep doing that. That's why you have to stop drinking. I want to watch order.
maybe I need to drink some chocolate.
No,